Some Hollywood stars have reached incredible levels of success, yet the pressure, exhaustion, or frustration of the industry nearly pushed them to walk away completely. From actors who took long breaks to stars who seriously considered retirement, these stories reveal how unpredictable a Hollywood career can be. Today we will talk about 10 famous actors who nearly quit Hollywood forever. So, before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. 10. Chris Hemsworth, after becoming an international superstar by playing Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chris Hemsworth reached a level of fame that few actors ever experience. But behind the blockbuster success was an incredibly demanding schedule. Playing a superhero required intense physical training, strict diets, long filming days, international travel, promotional appearances, and years of commitment to one massive franchise. As his Marvel responsibilities increased, Hemsworth began thinking more seriously about his priorities outside Hollywood. He has spoken about wanting to spend more time with his wife and children, and about how important it is to create a healthier balance between his career and personal life. The constant pressure of maintaining a superhero physique and returning for major productions also made the idea of slowing down increasingly attractive. 9. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey's career nearly took a completely different path because of the success that initially made him famous. During the late 1990s and 2000s, he became one of Hollywood's most recognizable leading men, but he was increasingly associated with romantic comedies and charming, easygoing characters. Movies such as The Wedding Planner, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and Failure to Launch were commercially successful. But McConaughey began feeling trapped by the image Hollywood had created for him. Studios knew audiences liked him in romantic comedies, so he continued receiving similar offers. The problem was that he wanted to prove he could handle much more challenging dramatic roles. 8. Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the most respected actors of his generation, but he has never treated acting like a conventional full-time career. Known for immersing himself deeply in his roles, Day-Lewis has taken lengthy breaks between projects. In 2017, he announced his retirement from acting following Phantom Thread. His decision shocked Hollywood because he was still highly respected and successful. Unlike many stars who retire and later return quickly, Day-Lewis has remained largely committed to life outside mainstream acting. 7. Emma Watson. Emma Watson grew up in front of millions of viewers as Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter franchise. While the role made her internationally famous, it also meant spending much of her childhood and teenage years working on film sets. After the franchise ended, Watson explored education, activism, fashion, and other interests. She has taken extended breaks from acting and has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing her identity with her career. Although she has not permanently retired, her selective approach has made her much less visible on screen. 6. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg has built a successful career as an actor, producer, and businessman, but the demands of Hollywood have sometimes made him consider stepping away. With a career spanning decades, Wahlberg has frequently discussed changing priorities and wanting to focus more on his family and business interests. Rather than completely abandoning entertainment, he has increasingly expanded his work behind the camera and into other industries. His career demonstrates how established stars can gradually shift away from traditional Hollywood roles without disappearing entirely. 5. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was once one of the biggest comedy stars in the world, dominating the box office with movies such as Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Bruce Almighty. But after years of enormous success, Carrey became increasingly interested in painting and other creative pursuits. He began taking fewer acting roles and became more critical of the Hollywood machine. At various points, he suggested that he might be finished with traditional movie stardom. Although he continued appearing in selected projects, his reduced workload showed that he no longer needed Hollywood to define his life. 4. Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz spent years as one of Hollywood's most recognizable leading actresses, starring in major hits such as There's Something About Mary, Charlie's Angels, and The Holiday. However, after years of non-stop filmmaking, she decided to step away from acting. Diaz wanted to focus on her personal life, family, and business ventures rather than constantly working on movie sets. Her absence was especially noticeable because she had been such a consistent presence in Hollywood. After several years away, she eventually returned to acting, proving that stepping away doesn't always mean saying goodbye forever. 3. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford has enjoyed one of the longest careers in Hollywood, becoming famous through iconic characters such as Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Despite his enormous success, Ford has never appeared particularly interested in celebrity culture. He has often emphasized his preference for working rather than constantly being in the public eye. Over the years, he has continued acting while also spending considerable time pursuing aviation and life away from Hollywood. Although he never completely quit, his attitude toward fame has made him one of the industry's more private stars. 2. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin became one of the biggest child stars in Hollywood after Home Alone turned him into an international sensation. His success came at an incredibly young age, but the pressures surrounding his fame and complicated family circumstances eventually contributed to his decision to step away from acting. By his teenage years, Culkin had largely removed himself from mainstream Hollywood. He later returned through independent films, television appearances, music, and other creative projects. But he has maintained far more control over his career and public image. 1. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves has experienced enormous highs and lows throughout his career. He became a global superstar through films such as Speed and The Matrix, but he has also taken extended periods away from the Hollywood spotlight. Reeves has consistently maintained a relatively private lifestyle and has often avoided the celebrity culture surrounding major movie stars. Even after the success of the John Wick franchise, he has remained selective about his projects. Rather than completely quitting Hollywood, Reeves has created a career where he can work on projects he genuinely enjoys while maintaining a life largely outside the spotlight. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.